Floor gang, represent PewDiePie. PewDiePiers. His plate or thunders. Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies. Welcome to a very special Jacoby's and yes, it is the Italian lasagna camouflage for the aircraft. This is available if you go to PewDiePie's War Thunder video, which I highly recommend. It was very entertaining, as usual with one of these large advocate YouTubers. You get to watch them playing a lot of Air Arcade. But come on, it is a fun place. And as usual, Pewds livens up even the most amateur of gameplay, and it's nice to have such a popular advocate for the game. That's very exciting. Let the harvesting season begin, to use a phrase from Bannerlord, speaking of which, that is still taking over my life, and we are going to get into some replays very soon here. But you may have noticed that the 8mm Kerbal Space Program machine guns available on the, what is this, J8A1, something like that, can actually punch through upwards of 20mm of armor at close range, which means you can punch through most roof armor at this tier and slightly above. So I just wanted to demonstrate that for you all. Again, go to PewDiePie's video and take his link, and then log into your War Thunder account, and you can claim the bonuses even if you're not creating a new account. As you see, I have them. I'm not officially close friends with PewDiePie, so try and keep that secret, if you will. But no, anybody can get these, and that's just a close look at what that bonus has to offer. Overall, I had a fun time in this match. I was feeling out some of the Swedish low-tier vehicles and getting a feel for War Thunder again. I've been playing a lot of Bannerlord and a little bit of War Thunder, but low-tier Sweetie boys are still lots of fun. Their tank destroyers are derpy and fantastic, and everything else is not terrible. In any event, I promised you replays, and I shall deliver. First off, we have flightsimtest and a beautifully derpy T-34-85, and apologies if there are a lot of cuts in these replays. I try to keep things under half an hour for both of our sakes, and I really I just really love what you guys have been sending, so I've been trying to fit 3 replays into each video just to keep things moving. Hi, baby. You're holding your butt. What's going on? Are you poopy? I think you need a new diaper, baby. Will you go get a diaper, please? Okay, bring it to Daddy.
I want to pee in the potty.
Okay, go pee in the potty, please. my toddler just walked in. Brooklyn, she's 3 years old, and she can go pee in the potty all by herself. So that's what she's gonna do. I'm very proud of her. She just ran into the bathroom and said, "What happened?" So I might have to stop recording. We'll see. But until then, flightsimtest in the T-34-85. He sat himself up in a good defensive position, and he's been making some beautiful shots on enemy tanks to the tune of his first 3 kills. The T-34-85 is such a capable all-rounder medium tank that, adding to its poor gun depression, few people tend to play it in a hull-down position. But that's sort of what we see here, and this particular spot is perfectly crafted both for hiding the silhouette of this Soviet medium tank and offering it a nice opportunity to quickly get its gun onto target for foes that are looking somewhere else, taking advantage of that capability, which is surely the reason FST has chosen this firing position. He is raking in the kills. This is a great spot. It's got a good view of the map. You can hear enemies coming behind you before they get a shot on you, and it is weak a little bit to the flank there, but with good map knowledge and keeping an eye on the minimap as well as listening for what's happening around you, that can help to mitigate that weakness. And of course, at some point, it's time to push forward as the round sort of disappears into a Sherman, not dealing quite as much damage as you would expect. It seems like the high explosive filler, for whatever reason, didn't detonate in the central crew compartment. Maybe the fuse delay is a little bit longer on this particular round, which can mean that the round would pass through most of the side of the tank before detonating, or even entirely through the vehicle and then splash outside the armor, the way you do. Good job, Guppy. You get a candy. Yeah, go get a diaper, please.
But I swallowed it in trash can.
Yeah, get a new diaper.
I did.
Yeah.
Right?
You threw your diaper in the trash can?
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. You practically raised yourself. I'm very proud of you. All right, just a moment, lads and ladies. We have the co-host in the room right now, and she's currently...
What is it?
Yes.
That
What's
is
what?
a drink?
Yeah, that's a drink. That's a daddy drink. It's got caffeine in it. Can you say caffeine?
Caffeine.
Hey, you see the microphone?
Yeah.
Do you want to say hi to everybody? Here, come sit on my lap. Come sit on my lap. Ah. Say hi, tank people.
Hi, boy.
Say hi, War Thunder.
Hi, funny.
All right, tell us what's going on. Do you see the TV? Hey, don't push it away. You want to talk to it. What's on the TV, Guppy?
A tank.
A tank? And what's the tank doing? Do you see his eyes?
Yeah.
No, you don't see the tank's eyes. Wait a minute. Did you see that airplane crash? That's called a maneuver kill. Yeah, FST just out... See his eye? FST just outflew that airplane. What do you think about that? Oh, did you see him shoot another tank? Oh, he's gonna get another one. Watch. You ready to shoot the gun? Shoot the gun, Guppy. She's shooting. She's shooting. She's got a... Oh, that's a good two-hand grip you have there. She's, here, get your thumbs in line. Like this. There you go. That's a good two-hand grip. Bang, bang! What sound does the gun make? Pew! That's a good gun sound. What sound does a cannon make? What sound does a fish make? Fish don't go pew! What sound does an airplane make? You're just being silly. I love you, Guppy. Okay, go play. Ah, my face! Okay.
That is my mitt.
Yeah, it's your whisk?
Yeah.
It's a whisk.
That is tiny.
Mm-hmm. It's a tiny whisk.
You can mix it with your drink.
Yeah, you can mix your drink with it. Guppy, can you say replays?
We play.
Say good morning, lads and ladies.
More lacerations.
Say, what should you say next?
I tried to mix it.
Guppy, can you say Discord link?
This link.
In the description.
And the description
Below.
below.
Very good. So that's my co-host. I know we haven't been covering the action very well, but if you have noticed that for the first time, you're probably new here. Okay, you can mix it. I tend to get distracted during these replay videos, even when I don't have a 3-year-old climbing on me. But now she's doing some science with my G Fuel. Use code PewDiePie. But what is it? Okay, you mix. FST has been playing his best in the T-34-85, holding down things for his team, and yet there's only so much one Tovarish can do. Not one step back as a round goes straight through the roof armor of that M476. Yes, you are. You're dripping G Fuel on my keyboard. Okay, Guppy, go play. Go play. Alright. And things are winding down in this match, even as FST has managed to pick up a double ace +1. Can you feel it? An awakening in the Force, the dark side, and the light. It's been a while. I just got back to recording this commentary. All day has been spent doing what you would suppose, if what you would suppose is that I'm wrangling toddlers. So now, my beautiful, very hardworking wife is asleep on the couch behind me. The girls actually went down during a late nap time and haven't gotten up because they get tired too. So they've been taking a nap for like 5 hours now. That's going to go straight into bedtime, and that happens every few days for them. They sort of get behind on naps and then they catch up all at once. I wish, man, I miss my nap time. But we're back here in the game of War Thunder with Flight Sim Test in this fantastic T-34-85 video. And before he goes away, I just gotta mention that I absolutely love the placement of those eyes on his cute little derpy boy. I am a big fan of the silly looking faces decal aesthetic in War Thunder. I laugh my tail off whenever I get sploded up by some meep looking lad in his creatively designed Trollmobile. And I actually saw someone, I think it was on the War Thunder Reddit, the center of negativity, but also positivity to a certain extent. To the extent that some of you have come from the War Thunder Reddit. I'm glad you're here. Sherman comes by, but Flight Sim Test just misses his shot, and showing off the fantastic gun handling of the vehicle, he gets taken down by the enemy Sherman. Overall, a fantastic run, and the same can be said for Raf in, say it with me now, whatever the hell Swedish jet this is. There are thousands of vehicles in War Thunder, and I just can't be bothered to learn all the names. And one of the problems with Swedish vehicles is there's a lot of A's and a lot of J's, and then just numbers. And if I haven't fallen in love with the particular vehicle the way I have with the STRV 103, yes, I'm that guy, then I just can't fit the name in. I'm sorry. I'll fit your name into my brain. I'll really try, honest. And to come back to the topic of derpy boy faces, behold, it's sort of a mix between aggression, resignation, stimulation, and sadness. No, I'm not talking about middle school specifically. I'm talking about the decal layout on Raf's jet. Again, I'm a fan. With a quick missile kill and a heads-up pass with an enemy jet that left the foe more cowed than our hero, Raf has already started off well in this somewhat curtailed jet replay. I didn't show you much of taking off, but I assume you can catch up to speed and just realize that the jet meta is to fly real fast and then shoot at people. Yes, pro War Thunder player right here. No. As for the missiles, 4 of what is essentially an AIM-9B, I think. It's the Swedish robot missile, but it has the same stats as an AIM-9B, as do quite a number of missiles suddenly in War Thunder Gaijin. We've noticed the Band-Aid and the wound was better. Please scratch that off your to-do list and unnerf helicopter missiles, please, and thank you. Your ever true helicopter whirly boy fan. And yes, while I was yammering on, Raph has picked up another 3 kills. Heads up, 7 up, 4 enemy airplanes down, and this quick match with a slight cut is starting to wind to an end. That's right, looking at the timer, we're only 6 minutes in, and this jet match is just about over. Right on time. Welcome to high tier jet gameplay. These matches are extremely rapid, and they seem to be for the adrenaline junkie out there. If you're looking for unforgiving, high skill demand, beautiful gun kill by the way, fast paced action in the skies of War Thunder, high tier jet RB is certainly one of the places you can find it. And in this beautiful, intimidating, and bootylicious thick boy jet in the Swedish regular tech tree, you can definitely engage in these palavers in style. Even more style if I could remember what the designation for this aircraft is. But, well, I mean, we come here for the toddler talk and the conversations, do we not? And the beautiful, beautiful deflection shot gun kills at extremely high closing speed. You just can't miss the opportunity to check these out. Finishing off in a head-on that catches him his 7th kill and a terminal fire, even if 1.5 wings is enough with a little bit of prayer. That sweetie boy goes into the ground, still a hero of neutral nations everywhere. Now, the pasta boy Visky 253, a very common featured person on the channel. Visky, you're good, man. You could make your own videos. I'd love to see that, by the way. But I do love the fact that you send in these incredibly entertaining replays, and today's example will be definitely along those lines. People familiar with the Owlbull HVG could tell you already that it is a barrel full of memes. I suppose it's not faring quite so nicely with the Soviet heavy tank spam at this tier lately, but today is no such day. I think this was actually recorded before the what's it Doom bus entered the game. This, I believe, no, I don't think this is. I think this video was called Visky Pasta Car. I know, very creative title, but a replay I've been itching to find an opportunity to share with you all. Autolodur versus Spaghetti Needly Boy, and Visky managed to get, I think, the enemy's vertical cannon drive along with some of the crew members, rendering it far less effective and, in the end, impotent to deal with this aggressive pasta boy playing lad. The stabilized high-velocity 60mm cannon that I would love to see on more vehicles in the game of War Thunder, as It was somewhat prolific during its day as a lighter anti-tank armament for a variety of vehicles. I think there was even a Sherman that had one equipped. That would be an absolute blast. a true competitor to the Super Sherman that the French have access to. Oui, ha. Enemy cannon barrel poking out tenaciously, temptingly, and yet Visky pushes forward to go for the center body shot that takes down both crew and ammunition in a dazzling display of War Thunder fireworks. Scoping in on a scenery truck. Those get me every time. And even with the fantastic gun handling on this vehicle, Visky wasn't quite fast enough to catch that next enemy as he moved across the view. And yet another foe not so lucky, and yet having a fuel tank absorbed. That's APFS DS weaponized spaghetti round. That was fortunate, but not enough to prevent his inevitable downfall. Speaking of inevitable downfall, it's been a while in between videos lately. I have been, as I've shared with you all time and time again, busy and tired. I was just talking with my wife today about how we don't really get any help with our kids. And there's starting to be a lot of work between the two girls who are definitely toddlers and very busy and demanding, and yet I would not rather spend my life on anything else. It's just that yeah, I am spending my life. It's it's been getting me a little bit tired these past few days. Tired enough to not edit out this delightful random feature of the War Thunder replay system. I close these tabs, and then every now and then, not with any consistency that I can figure, but every now and then, those tabs just decide to pop open again when somebody dies. It's not the most inconvenient thing, but it would be nice if I could just record while I was doing something else, which is one of the things that I do, by the way. You may have noticed it takes a lot of time to record these replays, especially since I record even more than I share with you all, because I've also got to go in and edit in some commentary as well. Enemy vehicle off to the left, Visky listening for it and zooming right on past it. He's noping on out the neighborhood. I'm not sure if he identified that guy. Getting caught up on the sandbags there a little bit. Not a good time, as that enemy may have noticed him. But Visky is on the hunt for a hull break, something that he indeed gets access to at just the right moment, as the foe that did indeed notice Visky's advances comes around to flank and spank and finds himself an enemy who is fully aware of his advance. Visky getting a nice double kill there on the R3 recoilless wagon. Two recoilless, I think they're like 106 millimeters, some oddball number cannons that can launch fairly effective Hesh rounds, as far as Hesh can be effective, or the more reliable armor penetration value in terms of heat FS, with far reduced post-penetration damage under most circumstances. Overall, I'd say that chemical rounds at this tier are generally not the most reliable, but Visky getting beautiful shot placement here, targeting specific armor thickness that he knows he'll be able to punch through in areas of the enemy vehicle that can do incredible amounts of damage. I remember for a while when Hesh was getting nerfed 6 ways till Sunday, and it's nice to see it doing fairly well even now. I remember when somebody made the argument that it was impossible for Hesh to detonate ammo racks. Yeah, that seems a little bit of a laugh, don't you think? Is that the same person that was talking about how steel beams could be melted by jet fuel? But I don't think the structural integrity of that argument was all that strong, and it's nice to see Hesh detonating ammo racks today in War Thunder. I think there was a time where Hesh was really struggling to detonate ammo, and because of the way Gaijin models high explosive shrapnelization, which is basically the way Hesh works in the game, specifically shrapnel for penetrating HE blasts on anything shy of 150 millimeter rounds is often disappointing. What you really have to count on is getting lucky hitting an ammo rack or taking down crew members, and again, it just feels like it should do more damage. And all of that aside, Visky is managing to do quite well in his boosted up pizza delivery van today. You know, it might seem like a little bit of a slight against the Italian people to compare the R3 T20 to a pizza delivery van, but right now the heroes of society in America are the pizza delivery guys. One of the few businesses that's still able to continue providing that much needed service to hungry Americans the world over. Comfort food, junk food, no, high calorie emergency rations, there we go, in high demand in terms of both social necessity and psychological demand as we all go through these crazy times. So we've been ordering a lot more pizza out than we usually do. I'm actually a huge fan of making pizza at home. I make my own dough. I do still have yeast, by the way. I'll hook you up with a packet if you need some. But it's interesting to see the things the people start to hoard during emergencies, and yeast has been one of them. Everybody decides that now is the time to make your own bread. Well, I've been making my own bread for a while. It's very delightful. It's really soothing, by the way. Give it a shot if you get the opportunity. Anyway, guys, that'll wrap it up for today's series of replays, plus a little bit from me, the way I like to do. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Oh, and don't forget what Brooklyn said earlier in the replay. There is a link to my Discord, which is the best place to reach me, even if you want to send in your own replays. Alright, bye-bye.